Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, doctorants, especially to our very own professor, Dr. N. Have a great day to you, Doc. Today, I'm going to present to you about the curriculum design for the principles of algebra. This course syllabus is for the mixed graders, grade 9, 10, 11, and 12, specifically for the course principles of algebra for the semester 1. These are the following program educational objectives. Within 3 years after the graduation, the DPH is teachers and the graduates should be able to, number one, equip students with undesired competencies to prepare them of their professional teaching or teaching career that can be used locally and internationally. Two, build research culture among faculty and students to promote inquiry-based and research-based teaching and learning. Number three, expose students in community involvement geared towards effective and harmonious partnerships and linkages. Four, employ multiculturalism in design programs, projects, and activities intended for the college. Five, train faculty and students in demonstrating proficiency in technological, pedagogical, and content knowledge. And the last but not the least, integrate high value of professionalism, which corresponds to the timely demands of the community. The institutional graduate attributes, the problem solving, communication skills, productivity, lifelong learning, and the professional competencies. The next is the program outcomes and their links to the program educational objectives. Number one, demonstrate in-depth understanding of the diversity of the learners in various learning areas. Number two, manifest meaningful and comprehensive pedagogical content knowledge of the different subject areas. Number three, utilize appropriate assessment and evaluation tools to measure learning outcomes. Number four, manifest skills in communication, higher order thinking skills, and the use of the tools and technology to accelerate learning and teaching. Number five, demonstrate positive attributes to a model teacher, both as an individual and as a professional. Number six, manifest a desire to continuously pursue personal and professional development. And it will be scored or ranged with A, B, C, D, E, F. Course information. The course name is Principles of Algebra, and the course number is POA02. There is no prerequisite at all. The course credit is 1 unit. Course description. This semester one course designed for freshman to senior level of students, which provides the necessary knowledge and skills to successfully complete algebra and geometry coursework. It is intended to increase mathematical fluency in problem solving, reasoning, modeling, and effective communication in the study of both numbers, algebra functions, geometry, and even statistics. Instructional practices incorporate integration of diversity awareness, including appreciation of all cultures and their important contributions to the society. The use of technology, including the calculators, computer software, is the integral part of this course. And while this course fulfills one of the mathematics credits which required for high school graduation, it does not meet the core requirements for the National Collegiate Athletic Association, or the what we call NCAA, or the Nevada System of Higher Education, which is the NSHE core requirement for the university admission. Course outcomes and their links to program outcomes. or the POs and COs. To develop the standards for mathematical practice, to know that there are numbers which are not rational and approximate them by rational numbers. C, to work with radicals and integer exponents. Number 4, to analyze and solve linear equations in pairs of simultaneous linear equations. E, to use functions to model relationships between quantities. And F, to define, evaluate, and compare functions. This time, we will have the assessment task, or the ATs, their weights, or the WTs, and the course outcomes the COs assessed. First is the formative tests, or the formative quizzes. The description for these are actually the objective paper and pen test, which usually done before during the discussion. Items in the formative test require the students to recall facts, explain concepts, and analyze situations. And the weight for this is 20%. Next is the summative test or summative quizzes, an objective paper and pen test, or a performance-based quiz, which usually done after a chapter or unit discussion. Items in a summative test require the students to recall facts, explain concepts, analyze situations, and also apply integrate theories to real-life situations or scenarios. And the weight for this is 70%. We also have the semester exam, a 1 to 25 item multiple choice test, which covers the entire topic discussed for every period. The test items require the students to recall facts, explain concepts, analyze situation, and apply or integrate concepts and theories to real life scenarios or situations, which is 20%. And the total for that is 100%. Course instructional plan. So for this part of the syllabus, you can see that there is a time frame, the student learning outcomes, the course content, teaching learning activities, the assessment task, and also the references or the materials used or being based. And it actually covers from week 1 to week 15. So for now, I'm going to discuss each week with the details. First is week 1. During this time, the learning outcomes would be familiarize and instill the institution's VMG or CV, classroom policies, and a grading system, and as well discuss the overview of the subject. And for the course content, the orientation for the VMG CV, classroom policies, subject grading, the introduction to the foundation of the special needs and inclusive education. Teaching, learning activities, get to know each other, interactive discussions, assessment task, recitations, and the textbook use is the course syllabus itself. From week 2 to week 3, this is now the start of the lesson or the content of the principles of algebra. First is perform arithmetic operations, which includes the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and the division, with expressions containing irrational numbers in a radical form. This is actually the unit 1 with the chapter 1 and lessons. Week 4 to 5, perform arithmetic operation on the irrational expressions, both in squares and squares roots and the nth roots. This is the lesson 2 of the course syllabus. For week 6, this is the quarter 1, or we call as the midterm examination. Week 7, it starts the first week after the quarter 1, and the student learning outcomes is to rationalize a denominator containing a radical expressions. The lesson is all about rationalizing a denominator. Activities, lecture, reading, small group worksheets, and the um, the class participation, presentation of the skit, presentation of the speech, media analysis, and the presentation of the oral report. For week 8 until 11, the lesson is all about write the square roots of negative numbers in terms of I. The following lessons are imaginary numbers, definition of imaginary numbers, definition of I in unit numbers, common number sets, the evolution of numbers, exponents of negative numbers, and the last one, which is the real numbers. Week 12 to 18, at 12 to 15, the student learning outcomes is perform arithmetic operations and complex numbers and write the answer in the form of A plus BI. The following lessons are the imaginary numbers, complex number calculators, and the complex numbers in functions. The activities for this are lecture, reading and comprehension questions, and worksheets. And during the week 16, it is the quarter two, the end of quarter two, at the same time, the final examination. So number one is be on time. Students should be inside the classroom before the tardy bell rings. If a student arrives late from the previous class, he or she must have a pass from the previous teacher of that class. If a student is tardy, he or she must sign the tardy binder or paper. Tardy binder is for the truancy purpose, but also the backup record in case the attendance gets messed up, so you have a record that you were in a class after roll was taken. Tardy policy, a teacher warning, teacher call home, teacher detention, referral to admin, AP or dean. Number two is the students are expected to be in class. Number three, use appropriate language. Number four, come to class prepared and remain alert throughout the whole class. Number five, do not create distractions. Number six, food and drink. So remember, food and drink are not to be consumed in a classroom. The only exception is clear water. Again, clear water. Number eight, the school rules. All school rules as addressed in the student handbook will be followed. Cell phones, that expect unexpected noise and movement automatically divert and capture people's attention or students' attention, which means you are affecting everyone's learning experience if you're using cell phone, pager, laptop that can create or make noise or visually distracting during classes. And we have number 10 for the classroom rules and regulations, which is respect, respect, respect. That means to say, all of you as students are to show respect not only to the teacher, but also to your classmates themselves at all times. If the teacher or another student is addressing the class, others are to be quiet. If someone asks a question, other students should pay attention because it may improve or prove helpful situations, and unsolicited and unnecessary talking will not be tolerated. Let us have the grading determination or the grade system. Quarter grades will be based on points received by the student on daily assignments or activities out of the total possible points for the quarter. Semester exam will constitute 10% of the student's final grade. Semester grade will be based on 40% for the first 12 classes, 40% for the second 12 classes, and 20% for the semester exam. D, citizenship grade will be based on behavior, personality, character, and attitude displayed throughout the course or throughout the year as determined by the discipline's citizenship rubrics. Grade reporting. Grade will be assigned based on the percentage of Points earned on classwork, quizzes, or test summative assessments. If a student is absent on the day of an assignment or quiz is due, the student will receive no credit at all. That means to say 0 points until the assignment or quiz is made up. So here is um, the range. So grade A, that is excellent achievement with 90 to 100%. Grade B, above average achievement with 80 to 89%. C, average achievement, which is 70 to 79%. D, below average achievement, that is 60 to 69%. And F, it's failing, 59% or below. If the students responsibility to ask for missing work, guidance on how to complete the work, and to return or submit it to the teacher upon completion. Students have 3 days to make up assignments and tests applicable only for the IEPs. Accommodations will be followed otherwise. Cheating, plagiarism, scholastic dishonesty policy, cheating and plagiarism violate the fundamental learning process and compromise personal integrity and one's honor. Always remember that cheating or academic dishonesty can take many forms, but always involves the improper taking of information from and or giving of information to another student or other sources. Examples of cheating can include, but are limited for, sharing or copying answers on an examination or any other assignment from another student or other source. Copying assignments to turn in is original work. Collaborating on exams, assignments, papers, and or project without specific teacher permission. Allowing others to do the research or writing for an assignment paper, using unauthorized electronic devices. Quarter grade reporting. Quarter 1 and 2 report card, semester report card, quarter 3 and 4 report card, final report card, which will be emailed or mailed at home or to home. Class behavior expectations. Be prompt, be patient, be polite, be prepared, and be productive. And right after this, we have the form, which means you have to return this signed form to myself as the curriculum design owner. And in this content, your parents will sign and also you yourself. So again, this is all about the curriculum design for the principles of algebra semester 1. Again, my name is Rachel Bao, and I hope you understand and learn about the presentation of the curriculum design for the principles of algebra semester 1. Good day and see ya.